How can men become better lovers? Do you want to learn how to truly satisfy your woman, ravish her, and bring her to the best orgasms of her entire life? The fundamental sexual behaviors we have been taught in the West are completely upside down and backwards. The very act of climactic-driven, ejaculatory-based sex with the sole goal of semen release, which we have been taught is connective, is actually the very poison which undermines and inevitably destroys even the best matched and well-intentioned partners. Have you ever met a couple who seem like the perfect fit? They look, think, and talk alike. They truly are the very image of the ideal couple. So it comes as a great shock when we find out that they have broken up or divorced. We ask ourselves the question, how is this possible? What went wrong? There is a reason that this happens. Our sexual behaviors are not limited to just the physiological act of sex. Our sexual behavioral choices we make in life have the power to create either massive dysfunction or massive positive transformation in all aspects of our life. This includes our sexual, physical, relational, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. The sexual behaviors we practice in our relationships and marriages have the power to either become an enormous wedge, which drives us increasingly apart, or a powerful bond, which keeps us together for a lifetime. What is this enormous power which links together our sexual, physical, relational, mental, emotional, and spiritual health? It is our mind and our energy source inside of us, specifically our dopamine and chi sexual energy. Dopamine is our powerful arousal neurotransmitter and hormone, which is absolutely essential for getting aroused during intimacy, as well as gaining and maintaining an erection during the entire course of making love. Healthy levels of dopamine and their receptor sites greatly excite us when we are close to our partner, keeping our bond strong. Regularly engaging in pornography has been shown to drastically deplete our dopamine levels and receptors to the same chronically low levels as cocaine and morphine addicts. Inevitably, this leads to porn-induced erectile dysfunction, or PIED for men, and porn-induced arousal dysfunction, or PIAD for women. This is very common today. It is estimated that 80% of men and 26% of women engage in pornography at least once per week. The sexual dysfunction created by regular pornography engagement is actually an arousal displacement dysfunction, which is neurologically based. It has nothing at all to do with blood flow, as Western medicine and the pharmaceutical industry want to mislead you to believe. What is really taking place is that our neurological pathways are overstimulated by the perpetual novelty of pornographic imagery, combined with semen release for men and orgasm for women. This depletes our invaluable dopamine levels and receptor sites at an extremely rapid rate. This also creates new neurological pathways, which can only be stimulated by specific pornographic imagery geared for each individual's unique arousal blueprint. Inevitably, we can no longer get aroused or erect to our real connective partner anymore. At this very moment, this is happening to millions of men and women. We are literally replacing our real connective partner with pixels on a screen each time we choose to engage in pornography. But this dopamine addiction cycle is never stagnant as long as we keep engaging in pornography. As dopamine levels and receptors cancel out, we are forced to constantly escalate the graphic nature of the pornographic imagery we are engaging in order to maintain the same dopamine kick as before. Inevitably, we can no longer get aroused or erect to even our favorite pornography. Honoring and respecting this priceless gift of our neurology is an enormous tool for becoming a better lover. Aligning our neurology with our lover and protecting that special, deep bond is critical to the health and longevity of the relationship or marriage. Honoring and respecting our chi sexual energy is equally important for transforming our intimate relationship with our partner. What is chi sexual energy? We are not taught this fundamental and critical information. Chi sexual energy is our life force, which moves through us, and the light of God, which energizes us. It is both our sexual energy, which harnesses the power to create new life, as well as our overall physical energy, which drives our physical fitness and health. Our sexual and overall physical energy originate from the same energy source. The stronger our physical fitness and health, the stronger our sexual performance will be. In the West, we are taught to release our chi sexual energy outwards, rather than preserve, honor, and harness this invaluable energy source, which we have been gifted. We throw away our energy through our insatiable consumption of pornography and semen release. Every time that we release our semen either with pornography or with our real connected partner, we deplete our chi sexual energy. When combined with the super stimulus of pornography, regularly releasing our semen rapidly and drastically depletes both our dopamine levels and receptor sites, as well as our chi sexual energy. This is what causes porn-induced erectile dysfunction. As our chi sexual energy diminishes through the practice of regular semen release, we become sexually exhausted. We deplete our resources to the point that we simply cannot get aroused, erect, or perform optimally. There is no more misunderstood and feared concept in the West than semen retention. This is due to a lack of understanding. The East has been aware for millennia of the enormous transformative powers which semen retention offers both sexually, physically, relationally, energetically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The East has harnessed and incorporated this powerful, healthy practice into their culture in order to bring success into all areas of life. A very common misunderstanding men in the West harbor is a fear that they will lose the ecstasy, pleasure, and satisfaction which comes from the wondrous and sacred act of making love. I am not here to take ecstasy, pleasure, and satisfaction away from you, but rather to truly enhance, build, and supercharge it. In actuality, semen retention greatly increases sexual sensitivity, satisfaction, potency, performance, and prolongment. In Tantra, we regularly practice what is referred to as full body orgasm and ejaculation without semen release. We can still experience an orgasm. Our lingam still ejaculates, as well as our entire body. All we are actually doing is keeping our semen from escaping in the last few seconds by employing the Kegel exercises. The science is clear that retaining our semen does not pose any harm to our prostate and overall health. Actually, semen retention is extremely healthy for us because we recycle all the growth factors, hormones, and nutrients throughout our body and brain during lovemaking. Our body is incredibly intelligent. Our body reorganizes these powerful physical and energetic sources exactly where they are meant to go throughout our physical, neurological, hormonal, nervous, cardiovascular, and immune systems. The sexual behaviors we have been taught in the West are dysfunctional on every level. These behaviors have led to an explosion of erectile dysfunction. Additionally, these behaviors are entirely failing to satisfy women, bring them to orgasm, and deepen the emotional bond. The standard sexual performance model we have been taught in the West leaves women unsatisfied, perplexed, and even irritated with the selfishness of their male partner. By making some simple and easy sexual behavioral shifts, I am going to teach you how to transform dysfunction into potency and connectivity on every level. These behaviors will transform your current state of sexual dysfunction into powerful sexual performance. Bring your woman to the biggest orgasms of her life and greatly deepen the emotional bond in your relationship or marriage. You absolutely can become the best lover you are capable of being and have the deepest, most connective, intimate relationship or marriage that you are meant to experience in life. First, we must regain the power in our sexual energy and learn to harness it. Rather than focusing only on the goal of reaching semen release, slow down the process. Get in touch with your sexual energy and rhythms. Slow your sexual performance down. Smell the flowers and enjoy the dance of sexual union, a dance which brings you closer to your partner and to God. Rather than unconsciously reacting and allowing your own sexual energy to control you by releasing your semen after the average of only 3 to 5 minutes, now you can gain control over your own sexual energy by slowing down your rhythm, pulling out briefly if you are building energy too fast, and using the Kegel exercise if you reach the point of semen release. Men in the West are completely oblivious that women are only just getting aroused at the moment that men are not only finished, but distancing and pulling away. This leaves women wholly unsatisfied, perplexed, and irritated with the sexual experience. By keeping your precious semen within, you can prolong the time you are making love and get into alignment with your female partner, who is just getting aroused sexually and opening up emotionally. You must learn that women take longer than men to get aroused. This arousal comes through an opening of the heart and soul, rather than purely a physiological need. Remain unattached to sex and the outcome. It may not always be the right time for sex. See this as an opportunity to transmute your chi sexual energy into deeper intimacy, connection, communication, and emotional bonding. Attachment to the singular goal of sex blocks you from deeper connection with your partner and acts as a wedge, which drives you further apart. When the right time and energy for lovemaking arises, it will be tremendously connective, deepening, intuitive, and potent. It will naturally evolve as a celebration of your relationship, as one more movement in the dance of intimacy, rather than just an ephemeral attachment or a crutch. Remaining unattached to the end goal of having sex shows your partner that you are not using her for sex alone, and that you hold a meaningful bond which reaches into her heart and soul. Show her that you are attached to her rather than attached to just having sex with her. This creates and builds secure attachment and safety for your partner. In turn, it is this bond which will open her sexual energy up to sanctify that bond by partaking in the sacred act of making love with you. Never under any circumstances should you ever display irritation, dissatisfaction, or anger if it is not the right time for sex. There is nothing so destructive and creates more separation than such a purely selfish display in a man. Any self-respecting woman should never tolerate such toxic mating behavior. Unfortunately, men are increasingly practicing and perfecting such toxic mating behaviors to epidemic proportions due to their regular engagement in pornography addiction. There is an entire universe beyond just the singular act of sex. The soft, silky skin of a woman is a sensual antenna for erotic touch. Her skin was not made so beautiful just to look at. Her skin was made to experience caressing, meaningful touch, sensual gratification, slow building foreplay, embracing and holding. Her ears and mouth were created for deep, meaningful, connective communication between your heart and hers. Her lips were made to quiver from the gentle touch of kissing. Her entire body was made to be celebrated and ravished with your hands, your tongue, as well as your entire body. Her yoni was made to be celebrated, honored, and to open up only when she is ready to invite you inwards. You enter a woman only when you are invited in with open arms on her timeline. Intimacy is a full display of your indescribable attraction towards her body, heart, and soul. The sexual act is the fruition, the result of truly satisfying your woman. Use all the gifts you have been endowed with to warm her up, deepen the secure bond, patiently align with her arousal, and flow with her sexual energy, wherever she desires to take it to. Take immense joy, satisfaction, and pleasure in satisfying her to her highest limits. There is no rush with this dance of intimacy. All time stops as two beings in love merge their sexual energies in timeless, breathless union. There is also a practical, physical reason why women need time to get aroused. 75% of women experience very real pain during this sexual act. This becomes a physical barrier in addition to the emotional barrier, which can arise between two partners when a man does not take the care to align with her timeline and arousal needs. Finally, you must permanently refrain from pornography, as well as all similar virtual imagery, in order to become the lover you are truly meant to be in life. You cannot satisfy, ravage, and bring your woman to the best orgasms of her life if you are depleting your drive, magnetism, creativity, and sexual energy. You cannot become a better lover to your real connective partner laying down right in front of you if you are displacing your intimacy and sexual energy towards dozens of other virtual women. You cannot create your optimal sexual reality when you are sacrificing all of your precious neurology, energy, and potency for mere pixels on a screen, a fantasy, a mirage, and a vacuum, which is robbing you of your true satisfaction, essence, and potential in life. You absolutely can become not just a better lover, but the best lover to your partner. All you need to do is let go of the myths and misconceptions which hold you back, the fears which limit you, the addictions and negative habits which trap you, and the peer pressure from friends, family, society, and especially corporations which imprison you. The more courage you can harness, the more powerful your positive transformation will be as a lover and as a sacred being. All you need to do is make a couple of simple, free, easy, and profound sexual behavioral shifts. This will not only unlock the unlimited potential to become the ideal lover you are truly meant to be in life, but also the ideal being you are truly meant to be in life. God bless you on your journey of unlimited potential. May God grant you the courage to reclaim your inherent power and to reach your fullest potential in life. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to catch the next video.